So this is semen retention and the God concept part 6. And so what I want to touch on that I spoke on in previous videos is the reintegration of the feminine energy. You feel me? So in the process of semen retention and retaining your semen, your seminal fluid, is the elevation of your masculine energy and the reintegration of your feminine energy. Okay, when those two forces come together, they create. Okay, so you're essentially recreating yourself, or pretty much elevating your state of being. So with the reintegration of the feminine, we're healing that feminine energy within us. We're healing that energy, where we may have been wounded. Because with, when it comes to obsessive compulsive masturbation, that is us, acting upon our masculine energy, yet that is how we're on a subconscious level interacting with the feminine energy. Okay, so we're training ourselves, we're conditioning ourselves to relate with women in a certain way based off how we deal with their energy. You feel me? Because you have to understand things from an energetic level. You have to understand how everything is connected, and how when engaging in this behavior, what you're doing to your brain. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing to your synapses. You feel me? The neural networks in your brain. You're shaping them and molding them and ingraining a certain habit. And that habit is essentially, it becomes a part of your thinking, because it is through the mind that we act. You feel me? We make certain decisions. So in the process of semen retention, that area that behavior becomes embedded in is more so like the midbrain. Okay, so the midbrain is that area that is pretty much the ruling mechanism over our behavior when we act, and how we pretty much, the decisions that we make when we're in that energy, when we're dealing with that energy. So then we're conditioning the midbrain to react in a certain way, and to rely on that habit, and to pretty much wire that behavior and that reaction in response to how we pretty much translate that energy when we're looking at pornography and sexually arousing imagery. You feel me? We're telling the brain that when we make that decision, that we're pretty much conditioning it and making it think that we're having sex, right? So, but yeah, so like that plays a part in how we relate to how we relate to women, and how we pretty much develop habits in regards to feminine energy, and how we relate. The choices that we make, the decisions that we make, when we see certain things, how we perceive it, how we understand it, and how that understanding prompts us to act. So with semen retention and the manifestation of those urges, we're having to work through that energy. So through that experience, through that process, and I said how we're nurturing the energy. We're having to nurture it. We're having to consciously direct that energy. But because the sexual energy is so intense, we may find ourselves in like a panic when we have those urges. Like, dang, I got an urge, I don't know what to do. I'm fighting myself. I'm having conflict, because I know that I'm not supposed to be engaging in this habit, but I still have the desire to do so. Okay, so when it comes to nurturing that energy, it's like, okay, that feminine, you're having to show compassion. Like you're having to look at yourself and be like, okay, what do I need to do? I either just need to relax, or I need to take some type of action. And that is when you come to understanding the balance. Okay, because even non-action, even not acting and making the decision, like even choosing to be still and not move is an action in itself. You feel me? And in Taoism, they call that Wu Wei, which is non-action. But you being still sends an energy out to the universe. It still reverberates. It still has an impact on the environment, whether you move or not. So when an urge comes, you either need to do something. You either need to, okay, if you have an urge, maybe you need to drink some water. Maybe you need to eat some fruit. Maybe you need to rest or relax. You can't just automatically just go and do something that is like, you cannot go to just the next extreme. Like you can't just go and make a decision out of fear. Like you have to really think and contemplate what you need to do. So in that experience, your awareness is expanding through reintegrating that energy, through reintegrating that feminine energy. You're essentially healing yourself, healing that feminine energy by going within and understanding what that energy is trying to tell you. Because now, let's say we getting in a month and that energy is high. Like that energy is high. You've made it through those intense urges where you felt the need to masturbate and you didn't do it. But now it's like, okay, you have greater control, but you still have that urge. You know what I'm saying? And so that masculine energy, that active energy can be pulling you towards engaging in something in front of you, engaging in some activity, and that's you. That is you coming into your masculine energy. So I said in the previous video, this is my own thinking when it comes to this particular statement. The urge is the power of your masculinity. Santi said that the urge is the power of your masculinity. Think about that. When you have an urge, that is the power of your masculinity. Like you're pretty much, that is you harnessing that power. Now, what are you going to do with it? Because you can't, when we start this journey, we feel like we got to take these extreme actions. We got to take these extreme measures when it really starts simple. It really starts from small actions that you continuously engage in, whatever that action is, whether it's studying a language, whether it's playing a video game, because video games can help. It's all about just prioritizing your time, and you decide to play a video game after you've been working all day. You just want some time to yourself, But that was my cat. But yeah, so like, what is that energy calling you to do? Because it's requiring you to take your mind off women. When you think about it, because it's like, I get those urges and stuff, and I'm like, I might get on Instagram or I might get on Facebook and I see, it don't even have to be a provocative image, but it could just be the characteristics that I like, nice brown skin, long hair, curly hair, whatever. And I just see, I'm just like, And, your sexual, your attraction to the opposite sex, in this particular instance, with me being a heterosexual male, it's going to be enhanced because it's like those smaller things are going to ignite you. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to be like, man, yeah, I'll take that ass. but yeah, so you're reintegrating that feminine energy. You feel me? And so this is one thing about the God concept that when we get to talking about more so being in tune with one's own nature and being in tune with nature, the belief in God can distort your reality. Like I say, my page is not for religious individuals, but individuals who are recognizing that is a system of cohesion and control. You feel me? Like it's a system. You gotta understand it's a system, and it's an institution designed by man. And if the system is not working for you, then you have to find another system or develop your own. You know, because for whatever reason, it's not helping you. So you have to be more grounded in yourself and your spiritual nature and understand yourself and not get lost in the idea or the concept of God. Because a lot of people, instead of addressing themselves and going within themselves and understanding what they need to heal, they place all of that on an image or an idea in their head that it's going to fix them, when that's not grounded in reality and it's based in fantasy. And fantasy is one of the problems, one of the things that you have to combat when you're on semen retention. So that's all I'm gonna say in this video. One of my longer ones, but just go through and just process what I'm saying, what I'm telling you, you know, because it serves its place. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I have another video for you guys. Love, salud.